All right. Hey, welcome. That was fun, huh? Bringing a little New Orleans to Houghton. We're playing some New Orleans brass band music in the workshop brass band. That was Ben on the trumpet that you heard from. Give it up for Ben. A special note about Ben, he's usually a trombone player, and he's really playing the snot out of that trumpet, doing a great job. He switched over the summer. Or not switched, but you started playing trumpet over the summer. And now he's taking solos and playing in a brass band, totally killing it. We also heard from Donnie on the clarinet, another multi-instrumentalist. We'll hear a piano solo from him next. And that was Hala on the alto saxophone. Welcome to the Don Keranen Memorial Jazz Festival. Thank you so much for being here. It's really encouraging to just see people in the audience. It's been a long drought of not having that awesome energy that we get from audiences. And though we're keeping it small, it's really encouraging to see it moving forward. And it gives me hope that we're on the horizon of many gigs. Mike Irish is here. Where's Mike? Yeah! Hometown hero. Mike, I think hopefully we'll be playing some gigs soon, man. I'm looking forward to it. I hope it happens sooner than later. We're going to keep playing some tunes from down in the bayou. This one is called Getaway. Here we go. Hey, so that was an original tune that the band wrote collectively. The bass line was written by Christian over there on the tuba. Give it up for Christian. He brought the idea in. I walked into the rehearsal room, and he was playing the bass line. And I was like, is this a new tune? It is a new tune. And we wrote kind of the rest of it collectively. Christian's also one of our multi-instrumentalists. He played trumpet in Workshop Big Band last year. And came in, and we decided to do brass band music at the beginning of the year because we had a lot of students that decided to stay home and not do jazz this semester or this year. And so we had a smaller group of people in this band, and it works really well, lends itself really well to play New Orleans music in this instrumentation. And Christian offered to play tuba, and he's totally destroying it. Woo! It's great. And we heard some solos recently. That's Adam on the tenor saxophone. Yep. We heard from Ethan on the trombone. We heard from Stephen on the trumpets. Duke Ellington always said everybody's name twice. He said Stephen on the trumpet. So I Duke did it. And we got Kiara back there on the bass holding it down. She started that second tune. And then one of the backbones on the drums, give it up for Sam. And you get to hear a great solo from our last player who I haven't announced yet, right? I've announced everybody else. Mike on the guitar. Please give it up for Mike. I realized I didn't tell you who I am. My name's Adam Meckler. I'm the Director of Jazz Studies here at Michigan Technological University. This is my second year here. I'm having a great time, and it's been a wild 2 years, obviously. 6 months into the job, we kind of shut down, and we did a whole bunch of stuff remotely, and we posted a whole bunch of videos on our Facebook page. So there's an MTU Jazz Facebook page, and there's an MTU Jazz YouTube channel. So if you want to go subscribe to those things, like those things. You can see what we're doing. I post updates, I post photos, I post videos of us rehearsing, things like that. And then when we do kind of heavier videos and recordings, they go on the YouTube channel. So the YouTube channel has a lot of the stuff that we did second half of the year last year. And all the bands are going to be recording after this concert. So the remainder of the semester is really going to be focused on tightening up music and getting in the studio and recording and taking some videos. So a lot of that will go up on the YouTube channel as well. We're going to play 2 more tunes. You might recognize the first one. Here we go.
Good evening, everyone. Here in the back of the auditorium, we are a student-run jazz band here at Michigan Tech, completely dedicated to playing music from video games. When a lot of people hear that, they think the boops and beeps of old arcade and Nintendo games, but the modern repertoire of video game music is huge, and unfortunately, it isn't well known outside of fans of video games. So we're here tonight to bring you two of those tunes. First up is going to be Gourmet Race from Kirby, featuring Alex Sherry on the alto sax and Jack Kalkman on the trombone. Thank you.
All right, video game music ensemble. I want to talk a little bit about this group because it's student-led. It's completely student-led, and so the arrangements that you're hearing were done by the students that lead the band. They schedule all the rehearsals. They put the band together. They rehearse the band. I went and hung out at a rehearsal last week they asked me to come and see how things were going, and I just basically was like, "You're doing great. Keep going." So Sean over there on piano. Yep, he's waving in the dark. He does a lot of these arrangements, and Ryan on bass, who you heard talk as well. So I just want to recognize those two and for their initiative of putting that thing together. They're doing a really wonderful job. Let's give them a hand. It fits our student niche really well, too. We have students that do sound design for video games here. There's like I think there's a group of people that actually create video games on campus. So there's a lot of that video game culture which is really cool to have this kind of ensemble. I also failed to recognize Kiara, who was playing bass in the last group. You just heard her playing alto in that group. She's another one of our multi-instrumentalists who jumps around. Let's give Kiara a hand, playing in multiple bands, multiple instruments. Very cool. As you can see, I'm stalling a little bit as some of these members join the band. The next band you're going to hear is the R&D Big Band, and we're going to be playing some Tito Puente, and we're going to play an original tune of mine, and an original tune that the band wrote collectively as well. So we did some writing together. One of the things that I like to do at the beginning of rehearsal while we're tuning, I like to kind of turn the tuning into some kind of improvisation exercise. So sometimes we do free improvisation, and recently we've been talking about painting, so we said, let's improvise on pointillism, on the idea of pointillism. Let's improvise on the idea of something else. Let's improvise on the idea of being angry. Let's improvise on the idea of the color red. So we do a little bit of that kind of stuff just to get used to listening to each other and reacting to each other and interacting. It's a really great tool for that. And one of the things that we did with improvisation was we would go through different chords. So we'd say, let's work on this chord. This is a major 7 chord with a sharp 11. You don't have to know what that means, but they do now. And that's part of how this tune that we'll play in a bit was composed. So it started as sort of a improvisation that we were just messing around with and practicing being able to improvise over a certain chord or a certain set of chords. And it ended up turning into a tune. Students actually wrote melodies and brought them in. So that's been a really fun project. All the bands have done a little bit of that. The first band you heard, the workshop brass band, learned all their music by ear. So there's no sheet music that ever came into that ensemble. That's like turn a recording on. Let's listen to it a bunch of times. Let's pick out our parts. Some of it is me giving it to them, but they've really over the last semester taken ownership over that group. And so a lot of times I'm sitting in rehearsal and they're working stuff out. And when we were backstage just now, before the show, I said, do you guys want to talk through the forms? And the students took it away and talked through the forms, and I just stood there. So they've taken real ownership over that thing, which is very cool. And I love brass band music. Brass band music is a big part of what I do as a professional, what I've done over years, playing with Youngblood Brass Band, which tours all over the world and kind of fuses hip-hop music and brass band music. And then also the Jack Brass Band and Mama Dig Downs and these other sort of Midwestern, New Orleans-style brass bands that are in Minneapolis and Madison that I've played with a whole bunch as well. Sweet, we're all here. Here we go, R&D Big Band. We're going to play the first time I encountered this tune, I played in a 12-piece salsa band in my undergrad, and we played Ran Can Can. We had to sing it. I'm not making them sing it, so here we go. Grant on the alto saxophone. Grant. Jack on the trombone. Jack. Liam on the tenor saxophone. Liam. And that was Zach back there on the trumpet. Give it up to Zach. All right, we're gonna play a tune of mine. This was a commission from Hudson High School in Minnesota. The second trombone player in my big band is the band director there. So I have a nice little connection, and he wanted me to write his kids a tune, and he wanted me to use mixed meter and metric modulations, make kind of the counting of the song a little bit difficult. So this is called Trippin'. Once again, that was Grant on the alto saxophone and Jack on the trombone. We're going to play our original tune now. Before we do, I'll tell you who some more folks are. That's Wesley over there on the keyboards. Give it up for Wesley. Drew on the big bass. And Ryan on the slightly smaller bass. Ryan was also the bass player and one of the arrangers in the video game Music Ensemble. That's Zane on the drums, who was also playing drums with the video game. And I'll tell you who our trumpet section is too. That's Clayton over there on the trumpet. And playing lead trumpet and actually doubling up. He plays in lab band as well. And you heard him on that really exposed solo part. That's Matt on the trumpet. Give it up for Matt. And we heard some solos from Zach as well back there on the trumpet. Yes. And I'll tell you who the rest of them are after this. We decided to call this tune Quincy Vibe instead of Quincy Mind. Quincy Vibe. So this is a vibe. Here we go. Yeah, that's Alex on the alto saxophone. You heard from Alex there. And that was Matt back on the trumpets. And that da-da-da-wee-da-da melody, that was written by Jack on the trombone. Jack wrote that melody. Really nice melody. Yeah, great. So we're gonna play one more tune. I guess I should tell you. I guess I kind of announced everybody. Everybody's been announced, right? Has anybody been left out? Aaron. Oh, Aaron on the trombone. Give it up for Aaron. Come on. I've had a lot of students tell me that they're interested in doing a minor in jazz studies recently, which has been really fun and encouraging and cool, and Aaron is one of those students. So there's a lot of students that are going to go through all those jazz classes. We will offer a lot of jazz classes here at Tech to learn how to improvise and to learn how to arrange, to learn how to hear harmony, and to learn how to write it up. So pretty fun stuff. We're going to play one more tune, and then we're going to bring the Jazz Lab Band out to play for you. It's going to be a great set. This last tune is a medley of Sly Stone music, and that album Fresh was like, my wife and I used to listen to that on repeat, and so it's been really fun to play this arrangement by John Wasson, who coincidentally I was commissioned to write a piece called Magnificent Madness for the Jasmine Orchestra, which is kind of like the premier jazz orchestra in Minnesota, and John Wasson was also commissioned, so we ended up on the same recording session and we got to hang out and talk. And it just so happened that he also arranged this, which was in our library, thanks to Mike, I'm sure. And here we go. This is Sly and the Family Stone. Okay. Awesome. Thank you for hanging around. We give away some scholarships every year, and these are meant for students who show outstanding achievement in jazz, who show leadership, and who show improvement. And these are called the Don Keranen Scholarship, and it's a $500 scholarship that goes to each student. So it's significant, and the students vote on it. So there were a lot of students that got a lot of votes, so it was hard to kind of divvy up and decide who gets what. But I'm going to hand these out now and kind of tell you about these folks. The first award we're going to do is the award for Most Improved Jazz Musician. And this is going to give it away for this person, but I first heard this person playing with a trio last year, and I kind of snuck in the band room, and I was like, who are you? Why aren't you playing in my bands? And kind of slowly roped this person in, and I'm going to give it away now. She's totally been doing so great playing drums with the Jazz Lab Band. Please give it up for Izzy Waldy. You're going to hear her bang on those tom drums. And the next one we're going to do is, there are 2 Outstanding Jazz Musician Awards. The first one goes to someone who's shown some great leadership in the R&D band, and really a lot of progress and initiative. And he's come by my office and asked me for extra help and extra work, and he's doing a really great job. He's doubling up and playing in both R&D and the lab band. Please give it up for Matthew Fisher. Matthew, are you still here? Hey! All right. And we've got one more. Matthew thought because I wear a hat, he can wear a hat too. We're gonna have a talk after this. The next one is another really gifted student who has written original music this year. He plays in the Top Jazz Combo. He plays in the lab band. And wonderful soloist, came in really with a lot of skill already as an improviser, which was really exciting to hear. It's really exciting to hear young players that really love this music and believe in it and dig into it and transcribe solos. And he came in and played a memorized J.J. Johnson solo for his audition his first year. Really wonderful player and a wonderful guy. We're really lucky to have him in the band. Please give it up for Nicholas Bussey. I would usually give side hugs or shake hands. It's kind of a weird time right now, and don't think I'm not affectionate. I love these students. They're doing such a wonderful job, and they deserve to be recognized. We're going to keep going now. Our video game music ensemble is going to play another tune, and I think Sean's going to say a little something. So here we go.
All right. Hello, I'm Sean. I'm the piano player and the other co-founder of the video game ensemble here. Up next, we have Big Blue from the game F-Zero, featuring Alex Sherry on alto sax and Zane Smalley on the drums. So yeah, please enjoy.
All right, we're going to give a couple people a chance to get up here. A couple of our lab band members are part of the video game ensemble. And as soon as they get here, we will play some music for you. We're going to start out with a great Charles Mingus tune. Charles Mingus is one of my favorite composers. And just the way that, the kind of raucous nature of his music, the way that there's always some sort of collective improvisation or madness in the music. And I just really love that idea and that approach to big band. And they were always hard swinging too. I mean, it was always a really hard swinging band. And there are ghost bands actually from all these groups. The Count Basie Big Band, the Glenn Miller Orchestra. These bands still tour around the Artie Shaw. I played a gig with the Artie Shaw Orchestra, which tours with just 3 members and then picks up people wherever they go. They pick up members in whatever city they go to. So I played a casino way up in northern Minnesota with the Artie Shaw Orchestra. But it was a great experience, and it was really fun to learn that music. And I was just telling a bunch of our students the other day, hey, you could audition for the Glenn Miller Orchestra and go on tour. There's a lot of students here that are at that level and could do that. And we're going to play a tune actually by one of the trumpet players in the Count Basie Orchestra that tours with the Count Basie Ghost Band. The Mingus Ghost Band is still around and playing Mingus's music, spreading the gospel of Mingus. This first tune is called Haitian Fight Song. It's Jack on the soprano saxophone. Jack, give it up. We also heard from Nick, Matt, and Cooper on the trombones in our trombone battle. And that was Izzy back there on the drums. Give it up for Izzy. And of course, the tune opened with Alec on the bass. Give it up for Alec. All right, I'll tell you who everybody else is as we go. We're going to play a great Thad Jones tune called Tiptoe. And actually, an alum of MTU sent me an email today and said, hey, I saw that you were going to have Thad Jones on the program. And the Thad Jones and Mel Lewis Orchestra came to Tech and played in 1977. Mike's shaking his head. And they lived in a house that was mostly Mu Beta Psi and Jazz Lab Band members. And they invited the band to come and hang out. And the whole band came to the house after the show and hung for hours and hours. And he said I'm not going to tell you who it is, so it doesn't matter. He goes, my future ex-wife sat at the table with Thad Jones, and they talked for 2 hours about the music. It was really an incredible story and a legacy here at Tech to have Thad Jones Mel Lewis Orchestra come and play. It's a really legendary band. This is one of their great tunes, one of the great Thad tunes, Tiptoe. That was Lucas on the alto saxophone. Give it up for Lucas. That was Michael back there on the trumpet. Yeah, a little cup mute solo. And we also heard from Izzy on the brushes. Yeah. Am I missing anybody on that? Oh, the whole trombone section. Give it up for Connor over there on bass, Bone, Cooper, Matt, and Nick again. The trombone section. There was definitely some purposeful, I'm going to pick some cool trombone stuff this year because of how great that section is. We're going to continue now in that vein and play a great old bassy, a Billy Byers arrangement for bassy big band, I'll Never Smile Again. You heard a little bit of Isabel Valencia on the piano there on that one. And once again, Nicholas Bussey on the trombone. Yeah, we're going to continue now and bring out our guest vocalist. I was going to sing an arrangement of a Natalie Imbruglia song. It was like a kind of famous pop song called Torn. And it was arranged by a trumpet player who tours with the Count Basie Big Band. And I saw him post. This is why how like the pandemic has kind of opened up the world in terms of the internet. And Chris Johnson did like a remote recording project with his band, with people from my scene. Actually, the reason why it showed up in my feeds is because a lot of people that I'm friends with from Minneapolis played in his band. He lives in Detroit, so there's a lot of Detroit musicians on it as well. And it's a wonderful arrangement, and I thought right away, we got to play this tune. So I reached out to Chris and asked him if I could buy it, and he obliged. And so I decided to bring in my wife, Jana Nyberg, to sing for you. Jana and I have been playing together forever, and you're coming. Okay. I was going to give you some more intro. Jana was on American Idol in season 10 and has 4 albums out under her name and a couple different bands. We've been playing together forever, since 2003. And we started a group together my freshman year of college, right?
Yeah.
With you on piano.
And should I admit to them that these shoes are from American Idol, so they're 10 years old and they might break?
10 years old shoes. But yeah, we've been playing music together forever, and that's just kind of been a huge part of our lives. And our 2 boys were here dancing to this song earlier. Here we go. This is Torn, featuring Jana.
Never have I sung holding a mask. Thank you for wearing yours, though. Yes. Isn't it amazing? I just have to say, is it not amazing how incredible they sound and that they've persevered like this bizarre year? So let's give it up for these musicians just one more time.
Brought to life. He was warm, he came around, and he was dignified. Showed me what it was to cry. Now you couldn't beat that man that I adore. You don't seem to know, seem to care what your heart is for. I don't know him anymore. Nothing where he used to lie. Inspiration has run dry. That's what's going on. Nothing's fine, I'm torn. I'm out of faith. This is how I feel. Cold and I am shame. Lying naked on the floor. Illusion never changed into something real. I'm wide awake and I can see the perfect sky. It's torn. You're a little late. I'm already torn. No. So I guess the fortune teller's right. Should have seen just what this was, not some holy light. But you crawled beneath my veins and now I don't care. I have no luck. I don't miss it all that much. There's just so many things that I can touch. I'm torn. I'm out of faith. It's how I feel. Cold and I am shamed. Lying naked on the floor. Illusion never changed into
Thank you.
All right, Jana Nyberg, come on. We're going to be out in the community playing gigs again soon. Jana and I were doing a lot of that the first 6 months of us being here and haven't done any of that since. So we got our first shots a couple weeks ago, and we'll get our second one soon. So we're excited to be able to feel a little more comfortable going out and playing music in front of people. To get that going. So look for Jana. She'll be doing more stuff coming up in town, locally. We are going to keep going with an Antonio Carlos Jobim tune, Aguas de Beber. Only a few left here. Grayson Dunham on the tenor saxophone. Izzy Waldy on the drums. Yes. Great Brazilian tune. I love Brazilian music. I've been talking to the students about how deep that music is rhythmically, and that was a real challenge for us. There's a lot of times where that music lands on beat 4, and so you have to kind of flip your brain around to get on beat 1, and it was a real challenge. It's been really fun. We're going to feature Jack now, our lead alto player, on a great, beautiful arrangement of Skylark by Bob Brookmeyer, and it'll also feature Isabel Valencia on the piano, and then we'll play a quick final number, and that'll be it. And we really, really appreciate you hanging out and staying this whole time. No, it's a long haul, but I hope that you had a really great night. This has been some really amazing music. I know all these bands worked super hard and are really excited to play for people. So thank you for being here. I'm going to tell you who some people are before we play this tune. So in the rhythm section, we have Isabel on piano. Give it up for Isabel. Alec on the bass, Alec. Jonathan on the guitar, Jonathan. And again, Izzy on the drums, Izzy. We've got Grayson back there on the trumpet, Grayson playing lead trumpet. We've got Michael playing lead trumpet. We've got Ian over there playing trumpet, and Matt, who joined us this semester in the lab band. Thank you, Matt. In the saxophone section, again, we've got Grayson Dunham on the tenor saxophone. Jack Callahan playing lead alto. We've got Lucas Purett on second alto, and we've got Noah Risk on Barry. Give it up, give it up, give it up. For the saxophone section. Trombones, we've got Nick, Matt, Cooper, and Connor. You heard from them a bunch tonight. This is Bob Brookmeyer's arrangement of Skylark. Okay. Alec is switching bases. I was going to count it off, but he's switching bases. We're going to play one more tune. This is called WrestleVania. It's one of my favorite tunes on Youngblood's Pax Volume I album, and this is one of the bands that I tour with. And I started arranging their music for big band, and they offer this stuff on their website. So this is my arrangement of their tune, WrestleVania. Here we go.